If you're thinking about moving to Keizer, Oregon, this is the video that you're going to want to watch. We are going to pull up a map here and I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know about Keizer, Oregon. My husband and I relocated to this area 5 years ago, and just like you, I had no idea what the heck Salem and Keizer were all about. Once I became a real estate agent, I realized that my experiences and frustrations were not unique to me. I understood that you guys also have the same questions that I did. So we're going to go through the map together and hopefully I answer all of the questions that you have about Keizer. My name is Clarity Odd, and like I mentioned, I'm a real estate agent here in this area, helping people relocate to Salem and Keizer successfully. People just like you who are watching these exact same videos, they are reaching out to us and we are helping them on their home buying journey. If that's something you're interested in as well, I invite you to contact us. Our email is in the description of this video. Now we've got that boring part out of the way, let's jump onto a map and really analyze Keizer together. So this is downtown Salem right here. Keizer doesn't necessarily have a downtown per se, but what it does have is River Road. So this is River Road. River Road actually travels all the way through downtown Salem and comes out on this other end here. So it is a major thoroughfare for both Salem and Keizer. But why this is important to you is if you're thinking about moving to Keizer, you need to know that your downtown is really gonna be more like Salem's downtown. That's where you're gonna go to get all of your fun, to do all these great events that Salem has. That's where you're gonna go. But River Road acts as Keizer's downtown area. It is one single road with strip mall after strip mall after strip mall. So you're going to find your grocery stores are all on Keizer Road, your cleaners, your liquor stores, which I've said this twice now in videos, and it's because I just came back from the Keizer liquor store. It's my favorite one. But let me move on. You have everything coming off of River Road, which is right here. So that's a really important road for you to know. This, I guess I didn't even really define where Keizer is for you guys. So this is all of Keizer. This area right here. Now you'll notice that Keizer and Salem are virtually the exact same space, because look at this. Let's use another color. This is all of Salem and it goes down and over. So, ooh, that kind of looks like a little bunny. But this area, right, like this is all Salem. There's hardly any divide between Salem and Keizer. So you're going to hear people talk about them very interchangeably. The school district, the largest school district, which has over 65 different schools in this area, is called the Salem Keizer School District. That is how interchangeable they are. Before I move on to my next point, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up if you've learned anything new in this video. And if you want extra brownie points, please leave a comment about where you are watching this video from. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so we established kind of the main road going north to south here in Keizer is River Road, very important to you. But the other two that you need to be mindful of is MLK Parkway, which actually just changed its name. But this is a really good road if you are coming off of I-5 and you need to get into kind of the lower sections of Keizer. That's going to be a great access point to you. But the other road that you need to be paying attention to, which actually isn't a road, it's I-5. I-5 kind of skirts around the perimeter of Salem in a way. Like, it doesn't necessarily cut through downtown at all like a lot of other cities. But why it's important to you if you live in Keizer, we're just going to go down here, kind of keep it up north, is because when you think about Keizer, you need to figure out, do you need to have easy access to I-5? And I say this because a lot of areas of Salem, you're not going to have easy access to I-5. So if you're somebody who depends on I-5 for your commuting for work, Keizer is going to be an ideal location to you because you have Lock Haven Drive right here, which is a big thoroughfare that gets you over to I-5. But you also have the MLK Parkway that gets you to I-5 as well. And then there are a few other smaller streets that can connect you with I-5 from Keizer. But Keizer is your go-to place if you are going to be dependent on I-5 for commuting. You're going to see here that Keizer is pretty darn small, and it is basically all residential. So this area all over here, this is all residential. As you can see, there is a cute little lake right here, which is called Satter Lake. It is a man-made lake. It is right across the street from McNary High School, which is right here. You have McNary Estates, which is a golf course community. I've made another video about that, so you can find that in the description of this video. But those are some great areas to live. If you want lakefront property, you're going to want to look at Satter Lake in the Inland Shores area. But I mean, there's just so much residential living. I will say that Keizer varies from Salem in general, just in the way that the houses are more cookie cutter. The communities are more planned. There's no true master plan communities that you're really going to find in Salem. There's verging on a few, and those are kind of the golf course communities. But all of the houses look really similar in Keizer. There are a few pockets of older mid-century houses, but for the most part, this is a newer developed area. My mom, she grew up in Salem, and back in the day when she was growing up, she would always tell me when she comes back to visit, like, Keizer is just so insanely different than what she remembers it. And one really important thing to keep in mind is that all of this greenery that you're seeing, let's make that green. All of this greenery, these are all farms. And so Keizer backs up onto farms, and that provides really easy expandability for Keizer to develop new houses. And that's why we see so many new houses in Keizer, or well, I guess they're not really new, but they came in within the last, 30 to 15 years. One of the best golf communities in Salem and Keizer, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be McNary Estates, which is right here. You can kind of see that golf course. This is a really great community if you're wanting kind of that more resort style living. You're going to find that in McNary Estates. It's very common for people to drive their golf course around. There's a little country club at the front. There's a commercial area which has like a PT or a physical therapy. It has a veterinary clinic. There's a gym in there. So there's a lot of activity in McNary Estates at the front of it that, lends to that resort style living where you really don't have to leave McNary Estates to get everything that you want, with the exception of a grocery store. You do have to go out of McNary Estates to your grocery store, but that's only like a 5-minute drive, and that's the nearest grocery store. Easy peasy. Okay, so we've kind of talked about just the broad brush strokes of Keizer, but let's actually talk about where the heck you're going to get your groceries and stuff like that. So unfortunately, Keizer does not have its own Costco or Trader Joe's. Sad. Those items are actually going to be down here in South Salem, which you can't see on the map. It would take you about 20 to 25 minutes to get to the Costco from Keizer. And I guess depending on your commute now to Costco, that might be like super short, or it might be super long. But you do have a lot of grocery stores like Safeway. There is a Walmart, which is a sister to this place called Winco, and both of them are the same. I don't know why they have a different name, but they're like a discount grocery store, and that's going to be located right over here. Your Safeway's right over here. So you do have easy access to groceries. But just like Salem, Keizer is going to be car dependent. So don't expect that you can really walk to the grocery store, because River Road is so busy and all of the grocery stores are really located off of River Road. I mean, yeah, you could walk, but it's not going to be a pleasurable walk because you're going to have cars zipping by you, and it's going to be loud and car exhausty. There are, like I mentioned on River Road here, just strip mall after strip mall. So you're going to have restaurants, you're going to have your cleaners, your grocery stores, bakeries. All of these things are really going to be coming off of River Road. And then the rest of Keizer is virtually all residential. Now, it's important to know that I do not have children, so I cannot speak to what it's like to have a kid enrolled in a public school in Keizer, but one of the most popular high schools in Keizer is going to be McNary High School, which is right here. Now, McNary High School is pretty much where all of the people in Keizer end up going, and that's all I have to say about it because, like I said, I don't have kids. I know the boundaries of the schools, but that's kind of it. Okay, let's move on to the entertainment that you're going to find in Keizer. Keizer itself really doesn't have a designated downtown area. You're going to have River Road, which is like the hub of activity in Keizer, but you're going to be dependent on the activity of downtown Salem for the majority of your entertainment and nightlife. Now, this is about, I don't know, like a 5 to 10 minute drive getting from Keizer to downtown Salem. So it's not far by any means. It's just important to know that Keizer itself, think of it as like a suburb of Salem. Even though Keizer has its own mayor, it has its own city hall, it has everything going on for itself, it really does function and act in a very similar way as a suburb of Salem. If you have a fur baby like me, my dog's name is Buddy, and he's 9 years old, but he acts like a 2-year-old puppy. He's amazing. But within that, he loves to be outside. And my husband and I, we absolutely love taking Buddy to Willamette Mission State Park, which it's not even on this map, but I'm going to just say it's over here for the sake of our ability to pretend like it's on the map, but it's a little bit further up, so just know this is not correct. It's right along the Willamette River. There's a really great space where you can have your dog off leash. You can bring your horses there. It is a massive park and it is so much fun. It's really great for if you want to go off trail. They have cement paths, but they also have dirt paths. And so depending on what your dog likes, there are just so many options. And it's right along the Willamette River. And then this is also the area or the park where you are going to be able to access the Wheatland Ferry, which is quite frankly just incredibly terrifying. It is a ferry that shuttles you across the Willamette River up here, and you can walk on for free. That is what I've done in the past, and you can just stay on, so you can just kind of take a trip. If you have a car, I think it's like $3 to get from one side to the other. But that's really kind of a fun quirk about Keizer is the Wheatland Ferry. And that's going to be located up here in Willamette Mission State Park. The biggest kind of shopping that Keizer has going for it right now is Keizer Station. People from Salem, from everywhere, they just stinking love Keizer Station. And that is because, first of all, we had our first Chick-fil-A, went in right across the street from Keizer Station. Chick-fil-A is like right here. But then we have our biggest and best Target is in here. We have Ulta, we have Marshalls, we have Guitar Center, which is kind of going out of business. We've got Staples, we've got Lowe's, we've got World Market. What else is there? We've got good food. We've got a lot of things in Keizer Station. Oh my God, I almost forgot to say, we have In-N-Out. Our only In-N-Out is in Keizer Station, and that was like a big deal. It still is a big deal, actually, but that's going to be in Keizer Station. I've just made a mess of this, so let's delete that. Keizer Station is a lot of good shopping. Well, good shopping for Salem. I don't think any of the Salem shopping is actually that good. I've made a whole nother video about that, just talking about it. So you can find that in the description of this video as well. But one thing that we do have that's kind of quirky in Keizer is a baseball stadium, which is hugging Keizer Station right there. I have not been to any of the baseball games. That's just not really my jam, but if you do like baseball, there is a baseball stadium here. There's also talks that we are going to get more professional sports into Salem/Keizer, so who knows, maybe that will become just a hot spot. Well, shoot, that's it. If you have any questions about moving to Keizer, put those questions in the comments. And like I mentioned earlier, we are already helping people on YouTube who are watching these exact same videos. So if you're relocating to this area and you want our help, reach out. Our information is in the description of this video. And if you enjoyed this video, check out this video next. Bye, friends.